Dylan Garner. I race in the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series. I got my passion for racing from being a third-generation driver. My dad especially instilled it into me by always having the race on Sundays, and when I finally got old enough to realize that I wanted to race, we made the jump to full-size stock cars, and it's been nothing but a dream ever since. It can sometimes be a challenge showing up with just a small trailer and just your parents as crew. One thing that sets me aside from other drivers is that most times I'm doing my own measurements after the car comes in. I'll have my helmet, my suit, my Hans, everything still done up, but I'm outside the car taking tire temps, sizes, pressures, just trying to get all that data so that my dad and I can come up with a good solution for a handling problem so that we can get that extra little bit of speed that can put us on top.
Yeah, I think it's pretty incredible how much Dylan has immersed himself into this sport. I mean, we gave him the starter side of what we knew about the sport, his mom and I, but Dylan has certainly taken a leadership role in studying the engineering and chassis dynamics himself.
My mom works on the crew with us, and I mean, you can't count her out when it comes to race day. I mean, she's everywhere at the racetrack making things happen so that I can get out there on race day and do the best with what we got. She's the tire changer. Sometimes she even plays spotter some days when my dad and I are just swamped in the pit. She can pretty much do it all, but do it all with a passion.
At the racetrack, I take my mom hat off. I'm a crew member at the track, but at the same time, there's a lot of young race car drivers that don't necessarily have their mom at the track, and there's sometimes during the races where they need a mom, and so I can pull my mom hat out anytime I need to.
It's completely unusual that a mom and a wife would be so active in a team. Shelley's not just active and helping, she's a key part to our team. We couldn't do what we do without what she does.
My race shop is located in the garage of my parents' house. It's a 3-car residential garage. Essentially, it's as grassroots as it gets. Getting to the Cup Series is not one of the easiest things you can do, especially nowadays with 43 seats and a lot of drivers trying to make it into those spots. So it's a very highly competitive career to be chasing.
Sometimes I feel we might run out of time before we get there. NASCAR is very embracing of younger drivers now, and gosh, by the time you hit 20 or 25, you're almost too old. And I just feel that we need to, that the urgency is there.
In less than a heartbeat, all our hard work just thrown out the window, and now we gotta start over from square one. Nothing's worse than starting off with a car that's all in one piece and then ending the night sawzalling it apart so it fits on the trailer. Sometimes that's just part of racing, and you gotta pick yourself up and keep going, or else you can get yourself really down and you almost don't want to come back the next week.
For a small family team, it's even more of a disappointment because we not only have to really scramble to get the resources to put the car back together, money-wise, but also time-wise.
They say it's not always the size of the dog in the fight, it's the fight in the dog.